Okay, so if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, which I'm assuming most of you have not, but if you have, you're a real one, but that does not matter. But if you were, then you know I've been big on Anfernee Simons. And you know what, yeah, this might be his year. The opportunity's there. And for the clowns who don't watch the Blazers that I hear saying Anfernee Simons is going to come off the bench, it just makes me laugh. The guy's a killer. And this is perfect time to show this level of ability. But before I get into this video, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that stuff there. But yeah, let's talk about the topic of the video. So I was going to predominantly talk about what Anfernee Simons' role is going to be, but I think that's quite obvious, but I'm still going to touch on that a little bit. But it's more of like what I expect and what other Blazers fans should expect of Anfernee Simons. So first of all, everyone knows he's a great shooter, but I feel like what goes underlooked about his game is his playmaking and shot creation. His ability to create space off the dribble, very similar to Dame. I'm not comparing him to Dame at all, but there's a lot of moves which almost mirror Damian Lillard's. And on top of that, he's a gifted passer. Like, I remember times when Dame isn't playing, the guy averages near 5 to 6 assists. I believe now he's going to be sharing a lot of point guard duties with Scoot Henderson, although I feel like Scoot will have the ball in his hands a lot more. Anfernee's going to have a lot of times where he has the ball in his hands. You're going to see like, yeah, he has some real good point guard ability. Now, Scoot Henderson existing, I do believe that you're going to see a lot more off-ball movement shooting from Anfernee Simons, because people forget the kid's a sniper. He's not just a shooter, he's a sniper. High volume, high percentage, mid-40s, he can do that kind of stuff. And I feel like this is the year in which you're going to see that he's a very dynamic offensive player. And I can't lie, I've been seeing it, but you know, to the general public who may not pay attention to the Blazers, you're going to see that this guy can get through him. And although I do question his ability to finish through contact at times, he's mad explosive and athletic, so I'm sure he'll be able to put the dots together and just adding more layers to his game. Like last season, you saw Anfernee add a bit more of a floater kind of game, which kind of just forces the defense to come out him even more. And then with him being the threat at the three-point line, you can't give him an inch of space because his release is dead quick and he's a sniper. So when he kind of gets by you, what's the next step? Mid-range pull-up game, he slowly added that a little bit. I want to see that a bit more incorporated so he can become a full-blown 3-level scorer. But the way Chauncey can use Anfernee Simons is, there's unlimited ways, to be honest, as a movement shooter, coming off screens, pin downs, whatever. But with or without the ball in his hands, the guy can be super effective, and that's what every NBA team would want in a guard. You can play on the ball, off the ball, and be used in so many creative offensive ways. You get what I'm trying to say? So honestly, I would expect Anfernee Simons to really ascend into that all-star conversation. I believe last year he was on the cusp, borderline. Not necessarily the general public seeing him that way, but I believe statistically and ability-wise, he was there. I feel like this is the year which he takes that jump. I'm talking, I want to see 25 points and maybe 5 or 4.5 assists from Anfernee Simons. I believe he's definitely capable, because it's not like a thing where in the case of a lot of other players, you see, okay, they're on a slightly worse team or their role increases because of the team expectation kind of adjust, meaning they're not rebuilding, but there's not an expectation to win now. You see certain guys get more shots, which sees their points per game raised. But then you see questions rise such as, is he efficient? Is he playing winning basketball? You know what I mean? Is this sustainable? But I feel like Anfernee Simons as a scorer is genuinely an efficient guy, as in he gets to his spots effectively, and the kind of shots he takes is justified because he can genuinely make them. So just giving him more freedom, as we've seen in pre-season, he can be really dangerous, and he just doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands 24/7. He can play off the ball, on the ball, and rotate that ball handling ability with Scoot Henderson. And when you have a guy like Scoot Henderson who's going to put immense layers of rim pressure on the defense, and a guy like Anfernee Simons who can really stretch the defense out, that's going to be a dynamic backcourt which the NBA is not ready to see. You get what I'm trying to say? So honestly, my expectations are dead high for Anfernee Simons. I expect a lot, and I definitely believe he will deliver as well. Like, I was quite surprised when I'm seeing a lot of Blazers fans at the time who were down on Anfernee Simons or who are so willing to trade him. Obviously, Dame's gone, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that situation, but the amount of Blazers fans that seem so willing to put Anfernee Simons in the trade package was ridiculous. This guy has shown how good he can be playing under Damian Lillard, with Damian Lillard. Imagine him as the main guy. He's basically the closest thing. I'm not talking about ability-wise, but if you look at skill set and almost like a mirror image, he's the closest mirror image to Damian Lillard in the league right now. And you have him on your team, and he's 23 years old. Why the hell would you want to get rid of him? But that's the talk of the past. But I genuinely believe that this is the year where Anfernee Simons, and even a guy like Tyrese Maxey, but specifically keen on Anfernee Simons, break through of that kind of tier of Tyler Hero, Desmond Bane, and Jordan Poole. They're all nice players in their, you know, own right. But I thought Anfernee Simons is already better than those guys, and is going to further show that he is better than those guys this year. So honestly, I don't want to see no most improved player. those accolades don't matter. At the end of the day, people are sleeping on this Blazers team. I'm not going to tell you they're going to be the fucking 5 seed or 3 seed. Nah. But for people who are writing them off outside looking in, who are like, oh, they're going to be a terrible tanking team, rebuilding team. Nah. This is still a team with immense talent who could easily be knocking on that 8 to 10 seed range. And I know a lot of fans are going to be like, oh, well, they couldn't do that with Dame, so what are you talking about? It's different. Different identity, different guys getting different roles, and they didn't bottom out. They still have most of their roster, people forgetting, plus more. Malcolm Brogdon is going to play, and he is a very nice player. Robert Williams is one of the best rim protectors in the league. Toumani Camara looks like one of the best defensive players in this draft, and because he's 23 years old, you can just tell that he's so polished already as a rookie. He's not going to make them dumb rookie mistakes. Defensively, he seems amazing. They've got some solid pieces, man, so don't sleep on this Blazers team. But back on the Anfernee Simons thing, I just genuinely think this is year to kind of break through of previous tiers he was in and show that, yeah, I can genuinely show I'm one of the premier scorers in this league and I belong in all-star conversations. I'm one of the best shooters in this league and I'm going to prove that. I can create my own shot and I can make my other teammates better. So this is the year Anfernee Simons is definitely going to show that. Like I said, look down for my channel from like a year and a half ago. I've been on the Anfernee Simons train and I know this is the year in which he's finally going to not even shut people up, just put more guys on notice because his game is there. The stats are there. He just averaged 21 points per game for crying out loud. But this is the year in which a lot more guys are going to realise like, damn, this motherfucker cold. But that's all I already got for this video here. Nothing too crazy, just something light. You get what I'm trying to say. Going to have more Blazers content in the running soon. You know, I'm a big fan of Toumani Camara, so I had a video planned, but it wasn't really to my satisfaction. So I'm going to have another Toumani Camara video coming out very, very shortly. But yeah, the Blazers looking alright, I can't lie, you know what I mean? So a lot of guys got to kind of watch out for that team there. But that's all I already got for this video today. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to see next, what type of videos, what teams you want me to talk about, what players, you know. I'll do my due diligence. If I don't watch them profusively, I make a video in detail. But that's all I got for this video today. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I'm out. Peace.